On November 17th, the EU ministers came together for a video conference. The Minister of State for Europe in the Foreign Office, Michael Roth, chaired the German EU Council presidency. As part of the rule of law dialogue, the ministers held a country-specific debate for the first time. In accordance with the protocol, it first dealt with the rule of law in 5 countries: Belgium, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Denmark and Estonia. The dialogue initiated by Germany should strengthen the rule of law as a fundamental value for the EU. Portugal and Slovenia have announced further debates for their EU Council presidencies. In addition, the ministers prepared the agenda for the European Council in December, which will, among other things, deal with the EU climate target for 2030. The RFAA's agenda also included information from the German presidency on the EU enlargement process in relation to North Macedonia and Albania. The ministers also exchanged views on combating anti-Semitism. Another item on the agenda was the multi-annual financial framework for the years 2021 to 2027 and the Corona Reconstruction Fund. After the German presidency and the European Parliament were able to reach a political agreement on this on November 10th, State Minister Roth informed the member states in a public meeting about the further procedure. On the next summit, they will have to deal with the veto of Hungary and Poland, though. With a view to 2021, the European Commission also presented its work program for the coming year. Together with Portugal, which will hold the presidency of the Council of the EU from January 2021, the German presidency finally presented the participants with a timetable for the European semester 2021. These are crucial weeks for the rule of law in the EU. Strengthening them is one of the main tasks that Germany has set itself for its EU Council presidency. In addition to the rule of law conditionality in the EU budget, Germany and Belgium have created a completely new instrument: the rule of law dialogue. The member states should constructively exchange views on the rule of law and identify problems at an early stage. The focus is on prevention and the exchange of best practices. At the General Affairs Council, chaired by European Minister of State Michael Roth, there was such a country-specific debate for the first time in the history of the EU, starting with Belgium, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Denmark and Estonia in the protocol order. The European Commission recently published reports on the rule of law in the individual EU member states. These are an important basis for this debate. At the last General Affairs Council in October, there was a horizontal discussion on the rule of law in the EU in general. The next country debate is due to take place under the Portuguese presidency. Michael Roth, Minister of State for Europe, said, "The country-by-country discussion is an entirely new element of the Council's annual rule of law dialogue. The aim is to create a positive and constructive atmosphere in which problematic developments can be identified before it's too late and in which best practices can be exchanged. In this way, we want to start a preventive dialogue and develop a common understanding of the rule of law, which is one of the fundamental values of the EU. The adoption of the multi-annual financial framework and the reconstruction fund is at a crucial stage. It's clear to Minister of State Roth that the money must reach the people who need it most as quickly as possible. Any further delay is not acceptable." At the Council too, the participants discussed possible solutions. The enlargement of the EU was also on the agenda. In the spring, it was decided to start accession negotiations with Albania and North Macedonia. Both countries are in close proximity and have advanced reforms. It is in the interest of the federal government to start the accession negotiations as soon as possible with an intergovernmental conference. In preparation for the European Council in December, climate protection was high on the agenda as well. In December, the member states want to stipulate that the EU will reduce its emissions by 55% by 2030. This is a milestone on the way to climate-neutral EU in 2050. This is the only way to limit global warming to a tolerable level and meet the obligations of the Paris Agreement. One thing is clear to the German government: the EU must retain its global leadership role in climate protection. And if you now want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Viel Spaß!